All right, so now let's get into the second topic of the podcast, man. And this is concerning Devin the Dream Haney. So, Devin the Dream Haney was on a YouTube channel called Say Cheese, man. Salute to all of them over at Say Cheese, man. They killing it with the interview game over there at Say Cheese. But nevertheless, man, they sat down with Devin the Dream Haney, and Haney talked about him and Gervonta Tank Davis being the biggest fight in boxing that can be made. So, for the sake of this discussion, man, we're going to rule out Errol Spence Jr. versus Terrence Bud Crawford, because if we really probably go on the street, most people are going to say they want to see Bud Spence, and that might be the collision course that everybody really wants to see at this moment. So, we take them out of the picture, bro. Devin the Dream Haney says that him and Tank is the fight that everybody wants to see. So give me your number one fight in boxing right now that you would like to see in the sport. What's your number one fight, man?
Obviously, like you just said, it can't be. Can't be that.
Yeah, let's wipe Bud and Spence on out of there.
All right, so honestly, man, just because of the jaw jacking I've been hearing back and forth for the longest time, and I 100% respect the Devin Haney's point in the fight that he'll want to make, and but just for the sake of biggest as far as I think numbers and pay-per-view, and I think fanfare and even excitement will be Gervonta. I want to see Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia, man.
Okay.
I think that I personally think that'll probably be the biggest fight outside of what we all know, far as pay-per-views and et cetera, stylistically, just style-wise and everything. I really like to see that fight go ahead and take place, even though Ryan Garcia hasn't proven himself. Neither one of them really have belts like that, but just a fight that's been in the making for so long. And I'm here for it. I want to see it get made. They calling each other name out right now, and I want to see what the outcome will be.
All right, man. So you know what, man? If we really talk about the biggest fight in boxing right now that I think could be made that would have the fans kind of hyped to see it, I'm gonna go with the money man. I gotta toss the money man in this one, Canelo Alvarez. And I think,
first of all, he's not the money man like that.
You know what I mean? He's still the money man, even though he lost to B-Ball, man. Canelo right now. Okay. Now I will say this:
what fight?
That might be
talking about him and Triple G.
No. I'm not even talking about that one. I'm saying if he beats Triple G, he probably still the money man. He loses, then you might have a case that he's not the money man anymore in the sport. But I will say, outside of that, I think a huge fight that I would love to see that would be massive is Canelo Alvarez versus David Benavidez. All Mexican showdown.
No doubt.
Between Canelo and David Benavidez, I think would go crazy.
You know what?
That would go crazy.
I believe me answering that question was me for a fight that in the near future that I want to see, that I think is very possible, that two people are calling each other names out, and we're waiting to see it. We're clamoring for it because both of these guys, and teams are talking about it. But no doubt about it. David Benavidez and Canelo Alvarez would be massive. That would be crazy.
Yeah, man. That
I agree. I didn't say that just because I just don't feel like that's gonna happen. I thought you were gonna say Charlo.
Yeah, I thought about Charlo, but I would say that David Benavidez versus Canelo would be even a little bit bigger because it would be a massive all Mexican showdown, bro. That I think the numbers for that fight would be massive because it would be a straight up war. And also on top of it being an all Mexican showdown, you would have a clash of styles. You got Canelo who's not really trying to bounce around and box, who's looking to throw power shots. And we all know what David Benavidez, aka the Mexican the Mexican Monster is gonna come with, his new nickname given to him by Iron Mike Tyson
Mike,
himself.
salute.
Calling him the Mexican Monster. So I think that'd be a hell of a fight, bro. But we'll see what happens in the future, man. But first, Canelo got to get past Triple G, but then we'll move on from there to see what's next.
They already talking about Bivol in March or some spring. You feel me?
Yeah.
Which I don't believe till I see it.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't see it at all, man.